And I found this reading I'd like to share with you. I feel so sentenced by your words. I feel so judged and sent away. Before I go, I'd like to know, is that what you meant to say? Before I rise to my defense, before I speak in hurt or fear, before I build that wall of words, tell me, did I really hear? Words are windows, or they're walls. They sentence us or set us free. When I speak and when I hear, let the love of light shine through me. There are things I need to say, things that mean so much to me. If my words don't make me clear, will you help me to be free? If I seem to put you down, if you felt I didn't care, try to listen through my words to the feelings that we share. Words are windows or they are walls. They sentence us or set us free. When I speak and when I hear, I let the love light shine through me. And isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? That sense of being misunderstood, that we said things quickly. Can you do that? Somebody do it for me. We said things quickly. We said things in haste and then had regrets. Just me. I know. Just talking about me. So that sense of regret, that sense of also sometimes justification. And that ability to stand back and look. Is there a wall there that I've built? Or is there a window into someone's heart? And can I change what I said? Has anyone ever gone back and said, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that? Of course. Yes. Yes. Also, did I misunderstand you? Did I misinterpret what you were saying? I don't want words to stand between us. I understand you may see this differently. How do we work together? How do we work together? Happy almost New Year. We're on the verge. When we said our intention statement or affirmation for 2023, I thought, well, there goes that. We better get a new one pretty quickly. We got to change a word or two if we're going into 24. So that sense of shift, that sense of moving through things. I had a great Christmas. I hope you did too. And at my house, New Year's Day is always taking down the decorations, taking down the tree, putting things away, moving the furniture back. Now, in order to have the Christmas tree in the window so everyone can see it, in my cul-de-sac, we moved the sofa to the other side. Well, then you have to move the chairs, and then you have to move the table with the lamps over into the dining room. I don't know anyone else that goes through this much rigmarole to get the Christmas tree in the window. But we do it. Now, I had my long-term friend, Karen St. Clair, visiting from Mexico. She used to be my assistant in ministry, and we have had so much dear experiences. And while she was staying with us, she said, oh, I like your room this way. I like your sofa over here and your chairs over there. And I went, you do? You mean you do? And I looked at it all week long, and I'd look this way, and I'd look that way, and I'd go, you know, I like it this way. Finally, yesterday, I said it to Paul and Paul said, well, I made that suggestion several years ago. One for Paul. So guess what? It's going to stay that way. So the willingness, now this is such a minor example in life. However, What are we willing to shift? And what do we hold on to? We moved 2 years ago, and I still take the recycling to the wrong door over and over again. How often do we repeat? And how often do we resist? Resent? So today, my talk is the same as our song, changing a little bit more. Are you willing? A little bit more. Letting go a little bit more. And the theme I want to talk about is transformation. I think this should be called not Burning Bull Sunday, Transformation Sunday, because we are here to transform. We're just not burning paper. You could do that at home. We are here to transform. We are here to have a spiritual experience. There's a little piece of tape here, and I don't go beyond it. I just want you to know, and I just did. Transformation comes from the Latin. Trans means, the root word means, across. Through. Across. And transform means shape. So moving across or moving beyond the existing shape. So we're talking about the existing, like I was sharing about a living room. We're talking about the emotional part of us. We're talking about the mental. Remember the phrase, the renewal of your mind and heart. Are we ready to have a renewal of our mind and heart? And in order for that to happen, we have to look at things differently. We have to be willing to, and that's a word we don't really appreciate, is change. Anyone here resistant to change? See, this is my group. Yeah. So why do we resist change? That is so interesting. Haven't there been wonderful changes in your life? There have been wonderful changes in your life. A new life partner, a new job, a new home, a new friend, a new way of a new book, so many, a new unity, a new way of looking at the world. There is so much good in the change that happens, and yet the human puts our foot down and says, not me, not me. You have to change. Now this transformation is all an inside job. We are not in the business of transforming others, even though we would like to be. We are here to transform ourselves. And that's the unity truth. That is the unity teaching. That is why we come here, is to be reminded over and over and over, we don't have to keep doing the same things the same way we always did. There's a book called, by Laura Huxley, called You Are Not the Target. Anyone here ever felt like a target? Target practice? Someone who has taken target practice on me? That sense of feeling like a target is in our mind. That is not the way we have to receive that information. That person has their challenge. We don't have to take it. Now, life can be challenging. Relationships, challenging. I know yours are perfect. And that sense of circumstances can be challenging. How do we move through those and find a way to transform? Mahatma Gandhi said, compassion. When you're feeling like a target, have compassion for the person that's sending that concept, that idea, those words, and compassion for yourself as you are able to love yourself through that circumstance. You do not have to take the arrow. You can deflect it. So go ahead, think of a time in your life when you did that. When you were able not to take the insult, the idea that was coming towards you, and you were able to deflect it and stay true to your spiritual self. That person has a challenge. I don't know what it is, but it's not about me. That's standing in your spiritual roots. And you bless them because you know that they're not there yet. And it's not our business to change them. I love this saying, walk on your side of the road. Anyone ever heard that? Yep. I think it's an AA saying. Someone told it me a long time ago, but I love it. Stay on your side of the road. It's not my job to clean up that side of the road. I'm here to be a blessing and a gift on my side of the road. So if I'm not a target, what am I? Am I a gift? Am I a blessing? Yes. Do you remember here's another saying, that the grain of sand, the little grain of sand, is an irritant until it becomes a pearl. So when you take an irritant and not let it irritate you, it becomes a pearl of great price. And then that becomes a life lesson. And then you learn from it. And then as you go through life, you have a string of pearls. So you've used those instances to make you better. You didn't allow it to wound you. Now, some of us have had wounds in our lives, and I'm not in any way disregarding that. However, I heard this statement, are you in heaven, are you in hell, or are you healing? It's a choice. Now, I've talked through the last months about how we repeat and we interpret situations. And then we line up those interpretations throughout our life. See, this was said and that was said and that, And then either we take ownership of it or we're angry. Now, anger is an emotion. It's okay, as long as we don't hold on to it. There's a difference between attachment when we're like this. I'm attached to replaying that situation, or I accept it with an open hand and it moves on. Transformation is symbolic of spiritual growth. That's why we come here. We come here to choose to be together. I have a little piece of paper, and it's right on that chair. Thank you. And it's called, it's a prescription for peace from Jerry Jampolsky. Anyone remember Love is Letting Go of Fear? Jerry, I'm the oldest person here, I can tell. No one's ever, if you haven't read Jerry Jampolsky's Love is Letting Go of Fear, it's a little tiny book. It's from the 80s. It's a great book. Course in Miracles. And I've met Jerry, I've worked with him, and he just says it. Trained psychologist, worked with the beginning of Course in Miracles. Prescription for peace. Forgive our parents totally. Forgive everyone who has ever been here, who is here now, or who will ever be here, including ourselves. Totally. Forgive the world. Totally. Take a leap in faith and trust. Take a leap in faith and trust God. Choose to experience peace rather than conflict. Choose to experience love rather than fear. Choose to be a love finder rather than a fault finder. Choose to be a love giver rather than a love seeker. Teach only love. And so as we come to the time close to our burning bowl, We're going to have a meditation on the World Peace Meditation. And as we think about world peace, and don't we long for peace? We long for peace. Now, we all think that peace is out there. We long for peace out there. And many of us rarely experience peace within. And what does that feel like to you? This isn't about anybody else. What does that feel like to you to be at peace? Every night when I go to sleep, I am at peace. And every morning when I wake up, I am at peace. And when I say those words, they're different for me than for you. How does peace look for you? How does it feel to you? How do you share peace? It's a word that almost seems indescribable, doesn't it? It almost seems foreign, like a foreign language. Like what is it? Well, we know a moment of peace. When someone smiles at us, when we hug, when we sing our songs together, when we pray, when we sit with a loved one, when a child runs in our lap, when my pup puts his head on my foot. That's peace. I'm just saying. So those moments of peace are like the pearls that we were talking about. We have moments of peace. Could we have days of peace? Could we have evenings of peace? Am I willing? And I'm also going to share, is that true for this community? Are we willing to be at peace? Are we willing to care? Are we willing to commit? Are we willing to let go of what was? We're writing a whole new story. That's why I'm here. I'm here to write a whole new story. Well, I'm not writing by myself. We're writing a whole new story. And we can't keep recreating in our mind, in our thoughts, the same old story. Now, I don't know what the new story is. That's the fun of it, and that's the scary part of it. Because we are writing a new story. We are creating a feeling of connection and community and making a difference in the world, changing lives. I asked you a few weeks ago, how many of you did unity change your life? I'm going to ask you again. How many of you unity changed your life? Well, it changed my life. Look, almost every person in this room. And we have the power to share that with others. But we have to leave the past behind to do that. We have to be willing to transform, to be the light. Woo. To be the light. Are you willing to shine your light and not your complaints? Are you willing to live in your joy and not your disappointments? In a community, in your life, in your family, in your workplace. I've known so many people who have worked in a negative environment and began affirming, I am at peace, and changed the whole environment. I used to, when I was a young teacher in Mount Vernon, Illinois, in a 8th grade school with only 4 teachers, I gathered all the teachers in the office and we read Daily Word together. I was 25. What can you share? What can you be? How can the light in you make an effect, not only in your own lives, but in the life of others? So I have some affirmations for you. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Said with strength and vigor.
Yes.
I am the beloved expression of spirit.
I am the beloved expression of spirit.
We are the beloved expression of spirit.
We are the beloved expression of spirit.
I am here for a divine purpose.
I am here for a divine purpose.
We are here for a divine purpose.
We are here
My life is a prayer.
My life is a prayer.
I am in my right place.
I am in my right place.
Right now.
Right now.
I have arrived.
I have arrived.
I am home.
I am home.
That's what this community is. It's a home. It's a home of spiritual growth, expression, development, connection, with doors wide open for new people to join us.